Hey, this is Chan, Different Skill, and I'm bringing you a video about cheating. Now, I don't want to, get people to start cheating and whatnot, but I really have to explain some things. So last team tournament, there was a lot of, to be crude, bitching about people cheating. Now, how they cheated, no one could explain to me how they did it, so I'm going to guess they are just salty. Now, people say like, oh yeah, that guy, he's cheating, he's stacking his deck. Well, how is he stacking his deck? He was playing, I won't explain what he's playing, but he was basically playing a deck that didn't allow him to look at your deck and search for cards and then get to shuffle. Now, people were saying he was stacking his opponent's deck, making sure that they didn't get triggers. And I was just like, well, you can just always do this thing. Cut your deck. Like if your opponent, say like, okay, say I done searching and I pass my opponent. My opponent is shuffling like this, alright? They're side shuffling your deck. That is something that you should take notice to, because the only reason why they side shuffle your deck is because either A, they're stacking your deck, or B, they think you're stacking. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, I'm just going to assume that he thinks I'm a cheater. And then he shuffles your deck and he hands it back to you. You don't have to immediately draw, you can cut, because you're afraid of them stacking. Now, you could say, well, that's so stupid, then this could go on forever. Not really, because you are entitled to a last cut of your deck. So if we're say this is an example. Say I'm done searching, my opponent takes my deck and starts shuffling it sideways. Now, I side shuffle because I like the feeling of it, and regardless if you think of I side shuffle because I like to cheat, it's your choice. But I side shuffle, but I wouldn't side shuffle my opponent's deck because you might damage their sleeves and something. So, and like whatever. So okay, here is my deck. He hands it back to me, and I cut my deck one last time. And he says, "Let me shuffle your deck again." I'm like, "Why?" He says, "Because you cut your deck." I'm like, "Why does that matter?" Like, unless I knew exactly what this card was, like the card in the middle of my deck, like say I knew this card's a critical trigger and I put it on top, then well, I'm a stacker, right? But that's almost impossible. So the reason why he would want your deck back is because he stacked your deck, and well, he wants to stack it again. So simply, you can take the countermeasure of cutting your own deck one last time before you do a drive check or a draw. Now, okay, so well, that's countermeasures against people cheating. Now, it's not really up to me or any judge to constantly watch your opponent and say, "Judge, he's cheating. Like, I don't know how he's cheating, but he's cheating." Well, maybe he's not cheating then. Or say he's doing the thing where I showed way back when, where you can start with a certain card in your deck. Say like I want to start with my fromage, so you just side shuffle until you see the fromage on the bottom of your deck. Then you just shuffle it like this. Now it's at the bottom. You know this. Like if you're used to this, you don't need to look. Now you have to make sure to be careful that you don't shuffle down, and then you do the shuffle. You do the and then your fingers are still pinching on your fromage, alright? See, your fingers are still pinching this fromage. So you can just shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It looks like you're shuffling, but realistically, you have your fromage and your other cards all set up on the top of your deck. Now, they could be doing that, and simply, say you think your opponent's a stacking mofo, okay? Here, I'll stack my hand again. Just because I haven't done this in a while, but I've done my fair share of, like, stacking decks. I mean, card games, people who want to win, they will cheat, and that's just nature of a card game. It's unfortunate, but people who really want to win, say there's prize money on the line, there's something like a box on the line, then this is like, oh, so there's a prize, and I want it. See, look, just like that. I got my fromage to the bottom, and I'll stop shuffling, and I'll start doing this. And now if I give it to my opponent. If he says no cut, that's fine. Well, let me just open with my fromage then. Right? If they do cut, well, plans are foiled now. So like now I draw. Oh, I still have one. Well, whatever. The point is, that cheating happens. I mean, People, you really just need to deal with it your own any way you can. So another thing you can do is if you have a deck that tutors quickly, like Kagero or Royal Paladins. Say turn 1 you ride bar, you move it back. Turn 2 you ride in Harlem, and then you search your deck with Conroe, right? Looking through your deck, and then you do this trick where you shuffle, you keep shuffling, keep shuffling, keep shuffling, keep shuffling. Let's see, keep shuffling, keep shuffling. Okay, here, I stop shuffling. Alright, I stop shuffling. Now I go drive check, critical trigger. Wait, did I just hack that? I don't know. Well, let's check this out. Alright, drive check, critical trigger. Well, let's keep shuffling. No, this is probably just coincidence. Oh, critical trigger. You see? You can't see it on camera, and you can hardly see it in person, but all my triggers in this deck are upside down right now. I can see it slightly through my pink sleeves because it is not dark enough. I'll see if see, you can see the upside down V here very slightly. And simply, you can stop people from stacking by just cutting their deck. Although I just cut to a new trigger, you know, that's not the point. I mean, like, you can stop as much stacking as you possibly can by simply cutting your opponent's deck. If you're afraid of them stacking, I mean, I should not be teaching you this, but it is all for, like, you know, learning's sake, I guess. And the reason why you can put your triggers upside down is that you can actually see them from here. You see? All these white cards are triggers. See, this card is a trigger. Because when you put the card upside down, your sleeves are opened up different ways. So you can easily look at someone's deck and tell they're stacking. Like, on camera, it's really obvious. But like if they're like, okay, whatever, my sleeves are kind of old or whatever, it's like blah blah blah, shuffle 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 until they see the card on here and they go, okay, cut, no, okay, attack, drive, check, oh, heal trigger. Now I'm gonna put my triggers back the way they were because I was just showing you a fact. I mean, there's a lot of ways to cheat in games. Once again, it's unfortunate, but like all of the pro players, like especially for things like Yu-Gi-Oh, most of the time they are stackers. Like, I mean, what makes them better than anyone else? I mean, it's like in a game where everyone has the same deck, what makes you any better than your opponent? Nothing much. I mean, like, aside from like basic knowledge of like how to do a combo, you really don't have much advantage over your opponent. I mean, say we're playing two of the exact same decks now. You could have luck in getting triggers, or you can have artificial luck by stacking. Well, like now my deck is, you know, legit. Let's see, all the cards are up the same way. I mean, if you think your opponent's stacking for one thing, you can just tell a judge to, can you check my opponent's deck after this game? I want to confirm that he's not stacking. Okay, whatever. So another thing you guys might think that, like, okay, say your trigger's upside down. Isn't this really obvious when you trigger check this and you trigger check this, they're different sides? Well, first of all, you can just do this thing. You do this, you do the poker thing, where you take your first trigger and you take a look at it and then you flip it and you do it looks the same, right? It's all sleight of hand. It's like magic tricks, but like, you know, but with cheating. So to all the people who are complaining about, oh yeah, that guy was cheating last tournament, really, you should bring it upon yourselves to figure out why you lost to a cheater. I mean, like, I don't think there's a way that your opponent can cheat and you can still, like, you can't do anything about it. Like, I don't think there's a way to manipulate my deck. Unless, I don't know, like, it's probably just sheer luck at that point. Where, like, say, I stack my hand. Okay, say, like, I don't know, I want Fromage, don't want that yet. Coco, Gemini, and Gemini. Okay, I want this in my hand. I don't know why I want this hand. I have it on top of my deck, and I ask for a cut. And they don't cut, and I draw my hand. Or you can do the sneaky thing where you do this, where you have in the middle of your deck, and you leave a little indent, and you ask cut. And you know what? Most of the time, people will take this half and cut it for you. So you get to draw the hand you want. I mean, I've seen it happen. It's hard to do because your hands. My hands are really small, so I don't have really good control over the deck. I mean, like my hands I can't even like hold this deck with like wrap the deck with one hand because my hands are really small. You should see me try to shuffle my magic deck. I can't do it. It's too big. Yeah, my hands are puny. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say is, to all you people complaining about stackers, there really isn't anything you can do about it. I mean, like, it's like complaining about a thief. I mean, like, just because you're complaining about it doesn't mean they'll stop doing it unless you catch them. And even if you do catch them, they might not stop. Like, simply enough, if you're playing in like one of my team tournaments or something, any tournament I ever hold, if you say someone is stacking or cheating in any way, I will take a look at their deck, and if I find anything, I will immediately disqualify them. Since I've done my fair share of cheating once again, whatever. I know the tricks, I know the ways around these things, so if I immediately see like they have a few triggers that are upside down, or the one thing where you have double sleeve deck, and some of your cards are not double sleeve with the same sleeve on the inside, you can't really see it. Like, they're usually the same color, but like the thickness changes, so lots of little things that you can do to cheat. But I don't suggest you trying to cheat. I mean, if you're in a friendly game with your friend and you want to like try to pull off like, lol, Amber Dragon, put 2 triggers on it, kill your field, or something dumb, then go right ahead. I mean, in a friendly game, like, no one really cares if you're cheating. In fact, it's kind of sad. But if you're doing it for the lulz, it's fine. I mean, like, simply, like, I shuffle my deck, cut. So, moral of the story is, cutting your opponent's deck is the most important thing you can do. I heard of, like, this, like, I was watching this Yu-Gi-Oh player talk on YouTube about this stacking, where you can stack your opponent's hand and you can pile shuffle their deck, and then their hand is still stacked, and I was like, what? I have no idea if it actually works, or like, but once again, even my hand is still stacked, I can just cut my deck. And like, also, this is the way you draw from the bottom of your deck, which sounds really cool. Like, you shuffle your bottom of your deck, and then you put your deck down and you draw from the bottom, and it looks like you drew from the top. I don't know how to do those fancy things. I just know how to manipulate the deck. So once again, say at the starting of the game, before your opponent draws his hand, he asks for cut him, alright? Maybe you want to cut, maybe you want to side, like, once or twice. And especially if you notice your opponent is siding like this, like, you see how, like, okay, imagine this camera is your eyes. Like, this is like, say I'm these are the hands of a stacker, and this is the eyes of a stacker. Most of the time, they'll shuffle like this, so they can see the cards they're putting you. See the cards they're giving you, alright? They're gonna like stack a bunch of grade 2s. Here, there's 2 already. And there's a 1. I don't want to give you a 1. There's a 3. There's another 2. And there's a 0. There's a 3. And then, no, there's a 1. I don't want to give you that. And you just cut. And then, okay, there's another 1. You just slip it in. And like, oh, a 3. I'll just slip that in. And then it's like, oh, a 0. I'll just slip that in. And then I'll shuffle the way I do. And then, hey, look at my hand. Oh, shit. Well, that's not good, right? I'm not really trying to tell people to start cheating or anything, so just please don't. Like, it's no point. And after they shuffle your deck, they give it back, you cut it. Thanks for shuffling my deck, bro. And then you draw your hand, a fair hand. Like, okay, this hand sucks, alright? It sucks, and I don't like it, so I'll keep 2 cards, take my deck, do a side shuffle or 2. Normally, people don't bother shuffling because they pass to your opponent right away because, like, okay, you're gonna just shuffle my deck anyways, so whatever. So, like, okay, so, normally I'll just shuffle like this, or like do like one side shuffle, and like this. Like, this is pretty, quick. Do a side shuffle, and then you do the middle cut. And you hand it to your opponent, they take the deck, and they're like, alright, this son of a bitch, let's hope he doesn't, cut this. Oh, whoops, some cards upside down. And alright, let's hope he doesn't, okay, because gonna come in a shitty hand now, just kind of shitty as possible, and then like they cut it for you to do the shuffle. I didn't actually stack my deck this time, and they hand it back to you, and you're just like, okay, and like, I want to shuffle your deck again, and you're like, why? Because you cut. Alright, and then they'll shuffle, and then like they'll stack you again, and you're like, okay, and then like, if they just go like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna let you cut your deck one last time, and then you can just tell the judge, my opponent's not letting me cut my deck one last time, and the judge, if he's, if they know about cheating and stuff, they'll be like, bro, please let the boy cut his own deck, and then like, I don't know if they'll talk to you like that, but there's no reason why you can't cut your own deck. I mean, you haven't started drawing yet. You're technically still in the shuffling phase. Like, cutting your deck one last time basically guarantees that the top cards of your deck aren't stacked. Maybe the middle portion is. Maybe you'll have like a section where you'll draw only grade 2s. But like, hell, what can you do about it, right? Like, if you take your deck back and you start shuffling like this, that is like, no, that is no. They're definitely going to cut your deck again and again and again and again. So just, when you get your deck first, shuffle, alright? Shuffle like, well, put it in like, a washing machine, like make it spin around, and then put it in the dryer, and then you take it out, take your deck out, and then it's like nice and fresh. You put some like what's that called? Those bounce sheets in there. You hand it to your opponent. He shuffles their deck, and you cut it one last time for good measure. Then let's start a game of fair Vanguard. And lol, oh cool, I'm not grade stuck. I'm so good at Vanguard. Okay, let's see. I'll probably move that to the bottom. Actually, no, I'll keep it on top. I have a 6K. And then I'll take 1 damage, draw. Ooh, cool. I'm such a total boss at this game. And then I'll play the Tom early and attack with it. And attack, drive check, whatever, Taking hits, yeah, heal trigger, because I'm good at this game. Okay, drawing for turn, la 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 la. Play stuff. Oh, critical trigger. Oh, critical trigger, because I'm good at this game. Now, this is completely not stacked. I'm just showing you, like, me being OP at flipping cards off the top of my deck. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. Please guys, don't cheat, because really it's not worth it. It's not worth the effort. Because I'll tell you something, dude. Practicing this is a pain in the ass. I mean, like, here, I'll try to shuffle. I'll try to stack a handful of triggers actually. Oh fuck, I messed up like a couple times already. I'm like past 2 triggers and didn't stack them. There's one. So, normally you would see them like shuffle it near like what he's already shuffling, so he'd be shuffling the same thing over and over again. But then like say, okay, so now I know there's a 2 and a 0 shuffled, so I don't want to give you a 1. So see, oh, trigger. So trigger here. Just, drop it. Oh no, that's too far. Oh, a 3. Here, you can have that. Oh, a 0. Go for it. And then you pinch, and you shuffle, and you shuffle, and you shuffle. This is all slow motion. Now, these cards that I stacked on you, yeah, I'm holding them. So you draw your hand of shitty ones. Yay. Fuck. So then you'd be like, okay, I'll keep this. I'll give it to my opponent, and your opponent's be like, I'm a stacking piece of shit. He probably kept a 1. And then I'll be like, time to give you, like, more 1s. I don't want to give you a 3, though, in case, like, I accidentally shuffle, like, you a 2, so here you go. And like, especially if you're drawing a 5-card hand, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Like, hell, check out my awesome hand. Lol, I'm grade stuck with like triggers and shit. Let's go. Ugh, look at top cards, a fromage. Don't really want that, but I'll soul charge and take it anyways because I'm grade stuck anyways. And then draw. Oh man, I'm grade stuck. GG. And like, yeah, just. More of the story, cut your deck, kids. Don't let your opponents cheat you out of the game. I know how it feels because, you don't learn about cheating unless you've been cheated most of the time. Unless you're, a dick. Because, cheating is no fun. Cheating is no fun. So, I should wrap this up. It's almost been 20 minutes, so it's a chance for different skill. Bringing you a section on cheating and how to not get cheated and kind of how to cheat, but don't do it. I'll hit you if you do it. And if you play in any tournament, like, I will disqualify you, like, straight up. Like, I know all the tricks. Well, almost all the tricks. There's still some things I don't know how to do, so, bye guys.